My dad is actually Wim, and he is Dutch, and he's part of the Dutch royal family, and he's also Adolf Hitler's grandson, and he's from Holland, and Hitler was Dutch actually, and he had went on to have 12 kids after the war, and it was all staged his death. And he said his last words were, South America created the Holocaust, not Hitler. Now, Hitler's son was named William by Hitler. Hitler is not against the Jews. He supports Jumbo, head of the militaries, and when he says Jews, he means Jumbo you shot, J-U-S, Jews. Jumbo you shot. Jumbo is head of the militaries in Germany, France, Sweden, Russia, America, and Britain. Right, so Jumbo and Hitler's son, William, he adopted me. I'm called Max, and my dad is the head of Holland, and now I'm the head of Holland. So Hitler was the head of the Architects Association, and he's the head landlord to all the properties throughout the countries that he ruled over, and that's all of Europe, including America. So all the properties and hotels are actually owned by Hitler, but then it was all stolen off him after the gays and the A group, the chicken shops and the dark Indians and the Africans and Pakistanis blamed Hitler for the Holocaust when actually it was done by the trickster, who is these Africans, Pakistanis, gay communities. They are in Germany, and they created the Holocaust, and then blamed Hitler. Now and then they stole all the hotels afterwards off Hitler. Right, so Hitler owns all the hotels, and I'm his grandson, and I've been to the Architects Association, and they party at the fact that I'm the next head landlord, because they hate the current head landlord is the gay communities, and they've stolen it after blaming Hitler for the Holocaust when it was all done by the gays in the first place, the trickster. So all the hotels are owned by me, and the Architects Association in London confirm all of that, right? So now, with the immigration, now what I'm doing is I'm very anti-immigration, and I support Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage, and their efforts are brilliant, and we need that with gusto right now, and really pleased to see that there's a good reaction to what's going on, which is destruction, anti-life coming towards us, mass immigration. And it's a homosexualisation of Britain, by the way. That's why they're here, to homosexualise the place. That's why there's no women coming in, right? It's all men, right, for the homos that brought them in here. Right, so, and then they've stolen all the hotels. Right now, I'm the official landlord. This is established by the Architects Association in central London off Tottenham Court Road. And I've been there to a party there. My friend went to the Architects Association, and they took me there, and they had a party at the fact that I'm the next head landlord. They really like me. They hate the last head landlord, who now currently owns all the hotels around the world, including Beverly Hills and in London, and in Blackpool as well. All the hotels are owned by the Architects Association. Right, so now I'm the head of the Architects Association, the official head, and all those hotels are mine. And they're filling them with immigrants. These gay communities are doing that, right? So now I'm selling my hotels, okay, and I'm going to sell them to Donald Trump, to America, and I want America to come to England to take over your hotels that belong to Donald Trump and America and the American military. And Air Force One, and you to come over and take over your hotels, empty the immigrants, send them back to their country, tell them they were here for a holiday, and now it's over. Okay, so now the American military escort them back to their country and will take back our hotels that were stolen in the first place. And this is the way to make a lot of money back that was stolen off us. The hotel's a very lucrative industry. It's all now owned by America. I've sold the whole lot to America, and then they now need to come and collect it, all the hotels in central London included. So the gay community, and they are led by Central Africa, right? They're stolen the hotels. So none of these hotels are owned by the real official masons, head masons of the Architects Association. They don't really own the hotels anymore. It was stolen by a hoodlum group that are now bringing in the immigrants. So the hotels are bringing in those immigrants. So now, in return, we're going to take back our hotels, empty the hotels, put in British homeless people, American homeless people, and we'll begin there. So the Architects Association, they actually had a party at the fact that I'm their next head landlord. When I got to know a few people who are at the Architects Association themselves, they're architects. I'm an art student and I studied theatre and lighting design and film. And I went on to work at Shepperton Pinewood Studios for a few years. And then I also do other stuff as well. Okay, so now, so the Architect Association has actually been stolen by people that are 6'4", and they're calling me too short. I'm about 5'10", right? And they're calling me too short. And they're African group and an incestual homosexual group that's stolen hotels off me. Now, the incestuous group are having sex with 5-year-old boys, and then they're stealing the hotels of Hitler because he's from Amsterdam, where women are free. Okay, so an incestuous group of incestuous gays are stolen all the hotels, and they're also Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is the head of the hotels, and he is a guy called Judd Charlton. And then Peter Sutcliffe, who was put in jail, he's actually a stooge. It was Judd Charlton, head of the hotels, that is the real Jack the Ripper. Right? He's also the suitcase murderers, and then he ate Maddie McCann. So the hotels are involved in the death of Maddie McCann. Right, now, that's the group that have stolen the hotels. They are utterly vile. Their extinction is imminent because of their behaviour. And the people who own those hotels are living in Britain and America, and they're currently being made homeless by the gay communities that have stolen all the properties and the hotels of the Architects Association. So in about 1996, I was working in the film industry and with some good directors on Hollywood films, and Princess Diana got to hear about me, and she really liked and wanted to meet me, and then after a while she decided she wanted to marry me because she knew that I'm the head landlord, head of all the hotels. She knew all of that. I also am the official owner of all the banks. For instance, my name is Max. ATM machines are at Max. I own the hotels, banks, and the car companies. Okay, so Head of Holland is also head of the diamond industry and jewellery industry. Okay, so we own a lot. We're full of assets, right? So now, so Princess Diana, she knew that I'm the head landlord, and she chose me to be the head of the hotels. She said she didn't want it to be the other guy who's actually the real Jack the Ripper, and she knows this. Right, so just before she was murdered by the hotels, she was actually in the Ritz Hotel for a publicity stunt, which is basically saying that when me and Diana get married, we own those hotels, the Ritz Hotel in Paris, and in London, and in Beverly Hills. All the hotels are owned by me and my partner, and Princess Diana wanted to marry me. And then, tragically, she was murdered by the hotels, the gay communities, Africans, Pakistanis. So, Jumbo adopted me, and he's the head king of England. Also, all the sovereign countries like, all of Europe, Russia, and America. And they made me the next Jumbo. And that Hitler, who is an innocent person, he was indicted for the Holocaust that was actually created by the trickster, and then they stole everything that Hitler owned. He is Dutch. They stole the jewelry industry, car industry, banks, and all the hotels are owned by a trickster. The gay communities that stole it off the German people, and all of Hitler's coverage, which is right across Europe and America and in Russia too. So there are actually a lot of pop stars out there and musicians and singers that are modelled on me, and that we own all the hotels, but it was all stolen off us. We're currently being made homeless. Now I have a girlfriend called Queen Pilgrim, and she's a queen, and basically Taylor Swift is playing Queen Pilgrim's part, right? So we own all the hotels. Also, there's a lot of other people involved, like most of the music industry, all the Jamiroquai, James Brown, Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain, Eva Cassidy, Mariah Carey, the Spice Girls are all modelled on this story, and how that we also own all the hotels. Let's listen to Madonna's song Holiday Inn. It's about the Holiday Inn hotels and how it's all owned by us, but it was stolen off us by a gay paedophile group, and we're called the I group, which means a witness, right? I is a witness, and with this witness we see that we've been conned, and that Amsterdam and their three women have been totally ripped off by the gay community, gay paedophiles, violent sex with little boys behind the curtains, and then they're screaming at women who are showing a little bit of leg. And the roaring 20s of Jumbo, all under attack by these ardent gays who are pathetic. They cannot live with anyone. They need to be put in the forests. So I sold the hotels to Donald Trump and the American people and American military. All the hotels, I sold them to them, right? So, and then also a lot of the pop star, famous people in media are modelled on me, like Will Smith, for instance. I've known him for a very long time, and he's a brilliant person, an incredible artist, and he knows that I own the hotel Holiday Inn in Swiss Cottage in central London, and he knows I own that hotel. It's established in our family, for instance, that that hotel is owned by now me, and it was all stolen off us, and I'm now living in a council flat with about 50 to 25p in the bank. And actually that hotel and all the hotels belong to me, and Will Smith is modelled on me. And you'll see in the recent news that Will Smith has been to the Holiday Inn in Swiss Cottage, okay? And that these hotels have all been stolen off us, and we need to go and take it back because it's stolen off us by Jack the Ripper, the Ian Huntley gangs, okay? They are also created mass immigration to then come in and murder and homosexualise Britain and America. And the brilliant film Beverly Hills Hotel, starring Eddie Murphy, he's playing my part, and it's all about this story that you're hearing right now, and it's a true story, and all those hotels are owned by the Architects Association, and that's me now. And I was made a 33rd degree Mason as well, and we're above the police. Actually, we are the police, and I'm a trained psychologist and biologist and dietitian as well, and I authored the ketones diet, but the hotel stole it off me and then made 9 billion. So they've stolen quite a lot. We need to start taking it back, and